Hey y'all, welcome to the podcast, Parenting Differently, where we dig into our childhood trauma, we talk, laugh, and sometimes cry about it, and we talk about how we're going to protect our children from it and empower them to be their genuine selves through respectful and gentle parenting. I am Janette Pattillo, your new parent coach to serve you on your journey of learning to parent differently. Thank you for being here, and let's get to it. So there's something that's been weighing on my heart for the past few days, so I figured that I needed to talk about it. So whenever you tell a child to stop crying, it's not quote unquote toughening them up. All it's doing is teaching them that you're not a safe person for them to express their feelings with, and that they need to suppress their emotions around you for the convenience of you. And I hope that if you're here listening that you could see how that's not beneficial to the growth and development of our children. And then we do this, or a lot of people do this, saying that it's teaching children how to self-soothe or teaching them coping skills. Some people will even say that a child isn't going to read into it that much, but I mean, says who? Our children are so much more in tune with things and intelligent about stuff than we give them credit for. Telling a kid to just stop crying is definitely not going to teach them a coping skill, because that's just emotional suppression, which I guess can be viewed as coping in the short term. But if you are an adult, I don't know, if you've suppressed your emotions at all, then you would know that that's not a healthy coping skill in the long term. It's actually the opposite. It teaches children to not trust their feelings and hide them away, and that this is bad, this isn't a safe feeling, whatever, whereas all emotions are healthy and normal. And that's the whole thing, is we want to teach emotional intelligence and emotional regulation and emotional, we want people to be comfortable with how they feel instead of feeling overwhelmed and that their emotions are ruling their life instead of themselves. Anyway, so y'all remember whenever, I'm sure that y'all have seen Frozen if you have children, which if you're listening to this you probably do. So y'all remember what happened to Arendelle whenever Elsa tried to suppress her feelings? She was literally the queen of emotional shutdown and suppression. And until something as simple as an argument with her sister, which if you have siblings or you have multiple children that are siblings, then it's that arguments are a pretty common occurrence. So something as simple as an argument caused her to send her town into an eternal winter, and if you haven't seen it, sorry to spoil it for you, but I'm sure you don't really care. She freezes her sister's heart. And all over her not being able to handle her feelings properly because she was taught that they were bad. And so she never learned to regulate. So punishing or shaming or doing anything to stop someone's emotions doesn't stop the emotion. It stops the expression of that emotion and hinders the relationship with that person, honestly, because they no longer feel like they are safe to express their emotions around you. And who would want to be around a person like that? And it's been really heavy on my heart for a while because society can be so backwards about this. Praising moms for having quote-unquote tough children. Praising moms for being emotionally dismissive to their children. If you guys have been following, you may already know that I have a 7-year-old stepdaughter. I just wanted to say real quick, I'm in no way bashing her mom. This is just something I've noticed. Her mom is a very, oh, no big deal, you're fine type of tough love on a lot of things. Where I guess I am the whole other side of the spectrum. By normal people, I guess, or the traditional parent, I would be considered a babyer. I don't know, I baby kids, I guess, I don't know. But I don't think that babying, or that teaching or treating children like humans is not babying them. But that's just my opinion. I observe and see how she is overly expressive about her emotions with me because I allow her to be. I've made her feel like she's welcome and all her feelings are accepted no matter what they are. And I'm not afraid or intimidated by them. She still goes to bed alone at bedtime, despite being upset about it. She still doesn't push or hit when she's angry or frustrated, but she still gets angry and frustrated and expresses that anger. The difference is that her emotional intelligence is being strengthened and her awareness and acceptance of her feelings is becoming sharper. Also, I believe it's teaching her compassion and understanding. I made a post on my Instagram the other day about when I was having a bad day and I shouted at her and I had to leave the room. My mom was really shocked when our 7-year-old said to her, she just got frustrated and went to calm down. In a few minutes, we can go check on her. Which is crazy because that's literally the same thing I have said to her little brother whenever she has gotten frustrated and walked out of the room. It really lit up my heart when she opened the front door because I was sitting outside. She opened the front door and she asked me, she said, "Mom, are you still upset? I can give you a hug if you want." Isn't that just the sweetest? And, but that's also really cool because that's how I handle things with her whenever she's really stressed out and upset. I'll be like, "Are you doing okay? Let me know if you need me. I'm here for you if you want a hug or if you're ready to talk about it." We know the nice things. But whenever you dismiss and don't allow emotional expression in your home, you really miss the opportunity to teach true coping mechanisms and have a deeper connection with your children. Because if you're just emotionally dismissive, you never teach them how to handle somebody else expressing their emotions, and then you don't get to, have those teaching moments and those moments that you guys can connect on a deeper level. And remember the magic phrase, all feelings are welcome, inappropriate behaviors are not. Oh, inappropriate behaviors are hitting, throwing things, name calling, etc. Crying is an okay expression of emotion. Being angry is okay. Of course, punishing emotional expression may get your kid to behave the way you want them to in the moment, but at what cost, really? Not allowing emotional expression encourages emotional suppression, which, to be honest, makes absolutely no sense, because you can't suppress emotions anyway. It's going to come out somewhere on someone. This is called displaced emotions. Then our children have a displaced emotional response. Like whenever you take out your feelings on someone who doesn't deserve it. Did that just light a light bulb for you? Like, how many of us were told to stop crying, no big deal, get over it, don't act that way, etc.? And because of that emotional suppression, you've taken it out on others, or maybe you've held on to it for so long, and now you catch yourself taking it out on your kids. Because, I know I do. My husband definitely knows that I do. Maybe you've held on to it for so long that you randomly out of nowhere experience mood swings, depression, or anxiety. Because I definitely do. My husband definitely knows that I do. Maybe you've held on to it for so long that when something comes up, your emotions are so intense, like way more than they should be for the situation, and you're completely overwhelmed, and you have no idea what to do. Because I definitely have that too. I'm sure that these are definitely a collection of things amongst my childhood, but just saying. Coincidence? I think not. Expressing emotions is important for everyone, especially children, because they are just developing their emotional intelligence. Try and avoid these phrases that encourage emotional suppression. Like, well, you shouldn't feel that way, or just get over it, stay positive. Side note, There is toxic positivity. Sometimes you don't feel happy all the time, and that's good. You don't need to feel happy all the time, because usually if someone is, they're faking it. Um, Anyways, back to the list. Don't cry. Stop being so emotional. We really need to form the habit really need to form the habit when our children are young for open communication about their feelings. So if you're always dismissing them as toddlers and young children, don't expect them to come to you as tweens, teenagers, or adults. A loving, healthy parent-child relationship doesn't happen overnight, but implementing these things is what's going to help you get there. And you have to remember that it is a process, and you're learning as you go, and every situation, every family dynamic is different. But a step in the right direction is definitely not dismissing your child's feelings and emotions, and allowing all their emotions and allowing them to express them in healthy ways. That's all that I got for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. And if you haven't already, then please follow me on Instagram or Facebook. My Instagram is @joyfulj_. And yeah, see you guys next time. Bye.